As requested by absolutely nobody, video dead. Direct-to-video classic Video Dead hit Blockbuster in '87 and solidified its role as a cult classic. Our film opens up with some sad sack getting a package he didn't ask for, and hopefully there's 181 in there, but nope, just a good old tube TV. Although at first I thought it was a crate from Creepshow. Not any regular tube TV, however, a haunted one. It only has late-night monster vision and some static, so he decides to watch Attack of the Killer Spirit, Halloween Overstock, or Zombie Blood Nightmare. But when the zombies go to the TV, it gives us one lame-ass off-screen kill. At least we get this awesome shot of the zombie crawling out of the TV. The zombie effects here are pretty badass, and the mix of lighting and fog work makes for a really great atmospheric shot. Now the question is, will there be any more moments in the film with half as much charisma and creativity? We jump 3 months later, and the yak-infested fish have new owners, the house sold, and the owners of the house send their daughter and son to live there in the middle of nowhere. Our totally not teenage lead female Zoe, and they're actually 16 Jeff. We also meet the neighbor, April, who Jeff is already crushing on, and we learn Zoe goes to school for aerobics.
Aerobics? Aerobics?
A fiend from the TV appears in Jeff's room. He's such a stud, he lands with great value Elvira, and she's revealed to be a chocolate syrup-covered zombie in disguise. Also, the fact that Jeff, or Rocky Duvall, was 16 at the time they filmed this makes this a bit weird. The TV lights up some more, and a homeless man gives him an exposition dump. His name is the Garbage Man, and he's a Video Dead pro. Not only is he not the same character who comes knocking looking for the TV so he can help them, but he will never show up in the film again, even though he's weirdly vastly more interesting than this whole shit show. Also, apparently the Garbage Man explains who the woman is and what's her deal in a later revised portion of the script. Oh yeah, now's probably a good time to mention Yosemite Sam drops by a few times looking for the TV he shipped off, meaning for it to go to the Institute of the Studies of the Occult, but he's tracked it down here. At first, Jeff blows him off, but after the Garbage Man, Jeff's all in. We learn Bud the Chud rejects went on a rampage through the three-house neighborhood. We get to see the 5 main zombies here rack up a couple kills. April's dad and the maid he was banging gets strangled or off-screen to death. There, I assume the neighbor gets a visit too. The wife is jump-scared out of a goddamn washing machine, out of nowheres, and the husband loses his... Even though I make fun of the zombies, they're all sort of original in a gimmicky Neon Maniac sort of way, and they all have backstories and names that are written for each of the actors to know, kind of like 13 Ghosts. Originally, there was meant to be 14 zombies in total, but considering they only had $8,000 to work with, they stuck with 5 zombies. A 6th was added later when they added additional funds to the film. Our original 5 were Jack, who died in a flaming car crash. I also didn't notice he's missing an arm and meant to be all burnt up. Jack also switches actors towards the end of the film, noticeably due to the original actor falling ill. The bride, who was murdered before a big day. Ironhead was a strangling serial killer who strangles the maid. Jimmy D was an athlete and a ladies' man from the 50s who ended up drowning, which I guess is why he's blue for some reason. He kind of looks like the Hard Rock Zombies. A half creeper, which I guess the cast and crew called the zombies creepers because they thought, well, the movie was going to be called Creepers at the time. There's a scene where he gets sawed in half and his bottom half was meant to stand up, but the effects didn't translate well and it was all scrapped and more gore was just added to the scene. Jeff comforts April after her dad dies, and Yosemite Sam exposition dumps on how the zombies' weakness is mirrors, I guess, because they hate their reflection. Their other weaknesses, he explains, is bullets, knives, and anything else in this world everyone else has weaknesses to. Jeff and Yosemite Sam gear up after the Hard Rock Zombie steals April from the house, hoping she'll sign the TMNT 1-second print he's got. Zoe stays behind with the keys to the truck to be helpful, I guess. It's here we get the chainsaw in half for the zombie scene, and they set the trap for the others. We get a good look at the Jeepers Creeper, and this blood effect leaking from his face looks really cool, and it makes for him to be the iconic zombie from the film, his leaky look and the crawl from the TV moment. The two find April dead, and they learn that killing the zombies like normal doesn't actually kill them, so he's just bullshitting earlier. The bride blindsides Yosemite and Jeff tanks a bear trap to the foot. He reads up on how to kill and the guerrilla warfare tactics before trying to take down these pesky squatters. But they have squatters' rights. Jeff gets chainsawed to the chest while he decapitates the bride. You think the movie's over here, but no. The zombies head to the house they've just won in Mortal Kombat, no longer just squatters. Zoe has a weird epiphany out of nowhere and a flashback to a scene that never happened, where it's all explained that if she treats the zombies with no fear, they won't attack you, I guess. So she invites them in and feeds them disgusting-looking beans. She locks the squatters downstairs after one of them tests out the truck for a Fast X skit. Down there, they all melt because the TV's there, and the film is just out of time and out of reasoning, so we just gotta kind of end it. And oh yeah, the film needs a stinger. So Zoe is in the hospital and in the mental wing, I think, and we meet the parents who couldn't give less of a fuck. They leave her with one gift from the house, and of course it's the TV. The only failure this 80s thing has to it is Jeff isn't on the TV with the other zombies. Director Robert Scott had planned for a sequel where instead of zombies crawling out of the TV set, they would pull a kid into the TV, letting him in the zombie TV world, where he'd have to figure out a way out, and kind of sounds like a better idea for I Hate Fairy Tale Land. Scott wanted way more zombie action in the sequel, but after he's offered the same budget for the second one, he declined it, needing more money to make the film, and it would never come to fruition, which is kind of funny considering Mansion International actually gave them more money to go back and add more gore to the first one. Overall, it's not bad for a shitty zombie flick. It's a popcorn movie, best viewed on the couch with friends. It's some okay gore, but for the most part, budget restraints keep it pretty tame, and there's only one scene with some naked people. It's a fun film you can't expect anything from, and I kind of wish they made that sequel. Taking elements from the emerging shot of the zombie and the TV spinning that into a full film could lead to some cool shots, sets, and trippy sequences that we never got. But maybe it's for the best. We get leaky zombies, a grown lady weirdly with a boy, a creeper, one good shot, more shitty shots, trashy kills, a random ass ending, and no videotape in Video Dead.
Only skunks don't like to mate with poodles, so they spray him and then he really gets turned on.
The TV don't kill nobody. It's what comes out of the TV does the killing.
Well.